Yo. Come on in, Warriors 12-2. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Golden State, Curry, baby. Yes, sir. We're 12-2, 9 of 11 since Jimmy Butler. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's go, Warriors. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Warriors. What's good? Let's go, Warriors. I like what I'm seeing here. We're 9 and 2. We are since Jimmy Butler. We're 9-1 since Jimmy Butler. We're looking good. Golden State looking good right now. So we can avoid the play-in, and hopefully we can get the 6th seed. Hopefully the Golden State Warriors can avoid the playoffs and the play-in and get the 6th seed. The Bulls, I'm done with the Bulls, man. The Bulls haven't been nothing since. Derrick Rose. The Bulls just been trying to sell tickets. That's all, man. They're not trying to win. I've been done with the Bulls since the '90s, man. They broke up the organization with Michael Jordan. They could have won more championships, and they got the championships. They don't care about winning, man. It shows. So it's like I can't support the Chicago Bulls or the Chicago Bears. Those two teams, they don't care about their fan base, man. They don't ever put together a product that's worthy of watching. So I'm definitely not on. I'm definitely not. You know, I'll watch the Bulls if they're going against the Lakers, and I will do that. I will cheer, against them if they're going against your Pistons. I've been playing better. Um, the fortunate thing about the Pistons playing better is they're one of those small market teams, and no one's really, no one's really into the small market teams like that. I like the Pistons, but that's the problem with the Pistons, man. But in other news, Kyrie Irving, man. Oh my God, Kyrie Irving is out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. I was hoping that it was a sort of a hyperextension, like Paul George's injury, but turned out to be much worse. Kyrie is 32 years old. He has a torn ACL. We've seen this with Derrick Rose. We've seen it with Klay Thompson. My only concern here, well, we're gonna talk about everything here, but my one concern about the Kyrie Irving situation here is that typically when you rehab those injuries and you come back to play basketball, especially at this age, you put so much overcompensation on one leg that the other leg ends up going out eventually. So if Kyrie Irving comes back next season sometime, I'm sure it's not going to be in the beginning of this. It's going to be a while. How does this injury not just impact the organization but him? Nico Harrison, oh my God, man, Nico, bruh, the fans need to run Nico Harrison out of town. This is the worst. He ruined a franchise in less than a few weeks. It's been what, 3 weeks or so since the NBA trade deadline. Nico has ruined the Dallas Mavericks organization. That's the problem with the NBA. They consider it only about 8 teams and not the. Yeah, that's the problem. And that's what I've been telling a lot of people. I put in the email. Um, I actually wrote on Adam Silver's social media page, and I said one of the problems is you only build up one team. You guys don't build up other teams, and it's not about necessarily playing good basketball, but it's more so about whoever is more popular. So if Detroit is playing good basketball, they don't promote Detroit or the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's another team that doesn't get promoted. Cleveland Cavaliers have been playing great basketball. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference, but we don't hear much about them because we only hear about one team, and you know who that team is. We only hear about that one team, and you know exactly who that team is. So it's like it's kind of not a good. That's the reason why the ratings are going down. Steph 13-1 at the Garden. Yes, Steph Curry, man. That's what we're talking about. Steph Curry here. It's gone crazy, man. He had a 56-point game the other night, and then tonight, what, 30 something points tonight. That was a big time performance, man. That was a big time performance. Just when it seemed like, Karl Anthony Towns was out, but uh, when it seemed like they were going down, Steph just made some big shots. Jimmy Butler came up with some good defensive plays, some good rebounds. Pods made some good plays. Quentin Post was kind of messing up a little bit at the end, so they ended up taking him out. But overall, they hung in there and they beat a quality team. And I'm proud of the Warriors tonight. I still think I don't know if they're about. Do you think that they can actually win the championship? That's the situation. You think the Golden State Warriors can win the championship this year? Because it's kind of wide open if you really think about it. It's wide open right now. When you really think about it, the NBA is kind of wide open. NBA is really wide open, especially with these injuries. With Kyrie Irving going down right now, that was big. And also, I did read today that they're considering possibly shutting down Anthony Davis, which is, man, this is just bad, man. They want to shut down Anthony Davis because they're like, well, if we don't have Kyrie, the season is over with. That's the way they're looking at it. Like, if we don't have Kyrie, the season's over with. That's how they're looking at it. If they don't have Kyrie Irving, they're saying the season's probably over with, and they were supposed to be contending for a title right now at this very present moment. That was the whole thing, but it doesn't make sense because you were already contending for an NBA title. The NBA, you guys were already contending for an NBA title when you blew it up and moved on from the player who just led you to the conference finals. Doesn't make any. I mean, the NBA Finals. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense at all what the Dallas Mavericks organization just did. It was the dumbest thing ever. They were saying that they wanted to win and contend right now for a title, but then they blew away the player. They gave away the player who just led them to a title. I mean, to a finals. And just because they said, well, he's overweight or whatever the situation was, I don't know what the situation is, but however, uh, they just blew everything, man. Everything is blown away right now. Everything is destroyed right now. So if I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, I'm not happy. If I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, I'm not happy. And on top of that, they're talking about a 20% increase on tickets for the Mavs fans, meaning that they're going to have Mavs fans. Not only did they get screwed by losing Luca, but now they're going to have to pay more money for a bad product. So it seems like to me that they're really trying to destroy this organization. I don't know if they're going to end up moving the Dallas Mavericks out of Dallas and moving them to Vegas, but it really seems like they're trying to destroy this organization. You're going to try next year. Season ticket holders were notified that they're going to have to pay 20% more for their tickets. And it's like, well, what am I paying for? Because I was paying to see Luca. I was paying to see Luca and Kyrie and, the team that you guys put together that just went to the NBA Finals. I've never seen anything like this before. You imagine your team, unless there was some locker room issues or something like that went down, you can't explain it. Just went to the NBA Finals and went to the conference finals the year before then. You trade those people who got you there for an injury-prone Anthony Davis who got injured the first game. The very first game, Anthony Davis goes down. He's injured. He didn't even play a full game. Played half of a game. Looked phenomenal in the game. I mean, and you know what's crazy? Anthony Davis hasn't broken down like this in the last couple seasons. He's been pretty much available, which is crazy to me because I was thinking in my mind when the trade, and I wasn't trying to be negative. I said, what if Anthony Davis goes over there and all of a sudden he gets injured? And lo and behold, that's what happened. Anthony Davis went over there and he got injured. Anthony Davis went to the Dallas Mavericks and got injured. Then you have a couple of your centers get in. You got your bigs, they get injured after that. And then later on, here is the most critical injury here, the crucial one, Kyrie Irving. This is a big injury because that breaks up everything. Because I mean, you got Spencer, he could play the point, but he's still not Kyrie Irving. Well, what Kyrie Irving brings to the table, his ability to get to the paint, knock down shots. So, what kind of product will the Dallas Mavericks deliver for the rest of the season? Is what you got to ask yourself. What kind of product will the Dallas Mavericks deliver for the rest of the season? What kind of product will the Dallas Mavericks deliver for the rest of the season? That I don't know. So I feel like they need to. I think they're thinking about just shutting down the season. They want to let Anthony Davis rest and let him get better, and they just want to shut down the rest of the season. But if I'm the Dallas Mavericks fans, I would not go. See, this is. You're not going to be able to get Luca back. You're not going to be able to get Luca back. That was done. That was the most underhanded, crooked trade I've ever seen. Most lopsided trade in NBA history. You're not going to be able to get Luca back. But what you can do is hit these owners where it counts. And like, well, what do you mean? Well, if you don't support them by going to the games and buying tickets, then they're going to lose money. So that's the only thing the fans can do. They can hit back by saying, listen, we're going to not support this organization because what you did. And when you start hitting those owners in their pockets because the money talks, Now, you're going to make some changes. Now, some people are going to get fired. Somebody's going to have to take the blame for this. Nico, I think it's above Nico's head. I think it's the NBA was definitely involved in this trade with Kyrie Irving. You cannot convince me. Adam Silver hasn't said much. I did watch a meeting where Adam Silver said that he didn't know much about the trade. BS. I didn't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that they wanted Luca in Los Angeles, not only just to save LeBron's career, but to boost the NBA ratings because you need something to talk about. The NBA ratings have been down. As a matter of fact, the WNBA is starting to catch up with the NBA in terms of ratings. Caitlin Clark, she's brought so much attention to the WNBA. It's like, man, she's like a mega star. And so people are, watching the WNBA again. And I don't know if they're about $500,000 behind or something like that, but they're catching up. So that's bad right there. You had a failing All-Star weekend for the last couple seasons, a failing dunk contest. Everything just failed. The ideas that you did, failed. And I know that a lot of well, I don't want to say a lot of it, but a lot of the NBA players are criticizing YouTubers and Stephen A. Smith and different people from actually what's the word I'm looking for criticizing. They don't want anybody to criticize the game anymore. They don't want anybody to criticize the game anymore. So you know, overall, Dallas, in my particular opinion, this is the worst move. This is the worst thing in basketball history that I've ever seen. Like I said, it's the most lopsided trade, sending over uh sending over Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Luka, who just turned 26. And Luka is injury prone too. He do, but so far he hasn't had any of these type of injuries. But he has struggled with his calf muscle. I think he kind of had something happened to his back. He tweaked his back the other game. So it's like it's not like Luka's all the way 100% healthy person either. But just looking at what happened to Kyrie Irving, like I said, hoping he gets well. I feel bad for Kyrie. Kyrie is a phenomenal person. Kyrie is a top 75 player. Even though he didn't make the list, which was because political reasons. I think it has something to do with his stance on whether or not he wanted to get the punch, the jab, or whatever. And I think that maybe he got blackballed because of that, so they couldn't put him in there. So because they couldn't really control him. But other than that, Kyrie Irving is a phenomenal person, phenomenal human being, and to say that he's not a top 75 player is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm gonna go ahead and say even though he was originally on that list and he got snubbed. You got a top 75 player, one of the best point guards in NBA history, uh, on that list. I'm sorry, that's on that team, and he's injured now. And Anthony Davis, who's top 75, who made the list, that just changes the trajectory of the team. I've never seen a team just blow up like this. This is freaking crazy, man. I've never seen a team just blow up like this. I never seen it. I've seen a lot of things before in the sports world, that you question, but this right here is something that you really, really have to question. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, who's running the organization? And whoever's running the organ, Nico is a night rep. That's what Nico is. Nico is a night rep. That's what he is. And he almost messed that up. Didn't he have something? He had a situation with Steph Curry where made Steph Curry end up going to Under Armour. I mean, listen, man, they got to get to the bottom of this. This whole thing needs to be investigated because when you think about it, at this particular point, the West now is wide open. Because if you're looking at it, the Dallas Mavericks did look like they could win on paper because it's like, okay, if we stay healthy, you got all your parts, you got Kyrie, you got Anthony Davis, what I'm saying, Grafford, you got all these people put on your team together, Klay Thompson, you got those people on the team, and it's like, okay, PJ, you got all these parts, they could have definitely beat the Lakers, especially when you put Dunwoody, you got all these guys come off the bench, you can put Anthony Davis in the paint because the Lakers still really don't have a real paint player. But now you can't do any of that. So this is the fast they I can see if they would have played 10 games together or the rest of the season and this happened. But right now, this is the fastest sinking ship that I've ever seen. This is the fastest sinking ship that I've ever seen. And I know that, people are gonna say, it's the fastest sinking ship I've ever seen. I don't know. Like I said, the West is wide open, and I feel like it's also kind of rigged. It's almost seeming like they're setting up the Lakers to win an NBA championship. I don't know about this season because a lot of people are counting out Oklahoma City Thunder. Um, I can't count out the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those guys are quick, fast, SGA. I did see him play in, like I said, the play-in tournament here in Vegas, and that was sort of a bad game. The Milwaukee Bucks got the best of them in that game. But what can they do something? Can they make some noise in a 7-game series? I'm hoping so. But it seems like the West is wide open because you got Golden State that's looking good right now. Um, 9-1 since Jimmy Butler has been there. Uh, and you got Memphis, and then you got the Denver Nuggets who lost a little bit of steam on their bench. So the Denver Nuggets aren't looking, they're looking good, but in terms of being able to go to their bench and get some productivity off of their bench, you have to really question that. Okay. Then um, when they played the Lakers, the NBA allowed the Denver Nuggets or the Lakers to play so physical with them that kind of disrupted, Nikola Jokic just because he had 11 points, right? And when he was passing out the post, you had to allow or wait for people like Russell Westbrook to hit the 3-point shot. And we know that Russell Westbrook is in the 3-point shooter. So that just really threw them off, right? Then you have Aaron Gordon, who's streaky. He's a streaky 3-point shooter, right? And Aaron Gordon is a streaky 3-point shooter. And, they just don't have the same parts. Michael Porter, he's off and on. He's hot and cold. They don't have the same parts that they had when they actually won a championship. Because when they won the championship, their bench was deep. That's one thing about it. They had a nice bench. They had Bruce Brown on there. Uh, they had Jeff Green, Clodwell Pope, but the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, made it where it was hard for teams to bring back these type of players under the new collective bargain agreement that they brought out to stop the Golden State Warriors because the Golden State Warriors have become so dominant. They had the owners. They had to find a way to stop them, and the only way that they could stop them was the collective bargaining agreement. Make some penalties and fines. When you're getting these players in, and the luxury tax, which no owner really wants to do. And so now, you know, that also affects a team like the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, who uh, got Nikola Jokic, who's a 3-time MVP, um, a sensational player. Um, he's a talent. You're not gonna see a talent like him again. One time generation. I mean, he's not the most athletic. He doesn't jump over the rim. Nikola Jokic isn't the fastest, but he is one of the best players to play in the NBA. What he brings to the game, passing out of the post is, he can shoot the 3-point shot. He fits into this type of game. I don't know how he would fit in the '90s, but in today's type of game, he just causes so much attention to be focused on him because what he can do and his ability to score in the post, his mid-range shot, all the different things he can do, makes him an exceptional player. Okay, so but if you don't have the starting lineup, it's okay, because you got it. You got Jamal Murray, who he's off and on at times. You got Michael Porter Jr. You got Aaron Gordon. But I would rather have Clydwell Pope out there because Clydwell Pope is a good 3-point shooter. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's and he's a pretty good defender. And he was instrumental in the Lakers' success in 2020 in their bubble ring. So losing a player like Clydwell Pope, they're affected by that. So, losing a Jeff Green. Jeff Green's in Houston. Jeff can knock down the three, can play some defense. all those things just soften, and put little chinks in the armor. This is what I, is the way I look at it. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the NBA, and I'm saying, hey, um, the West is wide open. NBA Western Conference is wide open right at this particular point. And that's why Draymond Green said, hey, I think we got a chance to win a championship. And he felt that way is because of the fact that, these things that I'm naming you right now. Let's look at this Western Conference. Uh, Oklahoma City Thunder, 50 games and they lost 11. They are the first seed. And you got the LA Lakers who, you know, moved in the second seed with Luka Doncic. But, that's crazy. You got thirdly, you have the Denver Nuggets, who we speaking of now, who's the third seed. You got the fourth seed is the Memphis Grizzlies, and you got the fifth seed as the Houston Rockets. Now, let's just stop right there because we know this fake playing tournament is going to be brought into uh, the conversation. So with teams 1 through 5, let's just say just stop right there. Teams 1 through 5, we already know the Houston Rockets aren't a threat. They're not going to let the Houston Rockets go to the NBA Finals. They're not going to let them. Everybody on that roster will foul out before they go to the NBA Finals. Okay, let's look at the. Okay, we got the Memphis Grizzlies. They could possibly make some noise, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to get it done. So Oklahoma City Thunder to me is in Golden State. Golden State, from an experience standpoint, could be the only teams that you possibly could think of that would win it, could come out. We know it's not the Timberwolves. The Mavs are done. Sacramento Kings is not happening. And the LA Clippers, man, something just seems wrong with the Clippers. The Clippers are like they're going nowhere. I don't know what's wrong with the Clippers, man. I watched the last couple games. I think they need a point guard. And the effects of losing Paul George hurts them too. Scoring because they went in the Lakers game. They went about 5 or 6 minutes without scoring in a quarter. Uh, and James Harden holds the ball too much. So I think that's the clip. So just looking at this, there's only a couple teams that have an opportunity: Oklahoma City Thunder, Los Angeles Lakers, Denver Nuggets. I'm skipping past Memphis because we already know that that's not gonna happen. Memphis and Houston. Golden State from an experience part. Golden State Warriors from the part of experience, winning championships before, having Jimmy Butler, who hasn't won a championship, but Jimmy Butler has gone to the NBA Finals, took his team there, just didn't have enough help. He's been there twice. So he knows how to get there, and Steph knows how to get over the hurdle. So when you look at that, you look at Steph that could, knows how to win because Steph won, and please don't say it was just because of Kevin Durant, because Steph Curry is one of the players who's won 2 championships without a top 75 player. He did it one in 2015, once in 2015, and did it in 2022. Okay, so he won, so he knows how to get it done. So you got to look at that, and you got to play, um, bingo or tic tac toe, and just know that those are the teams that we're looking at. As far as the East is concerned, you have the Cleveland Cavaliers who are 50-10, the Boston Celtics who are 43-18. The New York Knicks aren't going anywhere. I know they got Karl Anthony Towns, but they're not going anywhere. Let's be realistic. Coming in, let me know where you're coming from. Comment section, hit the like button. If you want to send a super thanks, you can. At Raw Sports TV 23, you want to see a cash app if you can. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what team you're rooting for, what team you're cheering for. As you can see, I am a Golden State Warrior fan. I like what's going on with our organization, the direction that we're going. Can we win a championship this year? I hope we can. But that's kind of what we're discussing now. Everything that took place, everything that happened from the Kyrie Irving's injury, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis injury, and the direction of the Dallas Mavericks. Nico Harrison, they need to get. Boy, I'll be scared to come out of my house if I was Nico. Um, but yeah, you got the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks. Anthony Kumpo and the Milwaukee Bucks are doing nothing. Um, Indiana Pacers aren't going to win anything. I can tell you that much. So it's really going to boil down to me between Cleveland and Boston. gonna boil down between Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. Who's gonna win between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics? Who's gonna boil down to? And if I had to pick, if it doesn't happen this year, if it doesn't happen this year, Cleveland, they got the parts. I think Cleveland could beat them, but I don't know in the seventh game. It's Boston. Boston shoot too many damn threes. That's the issue with the Boston Celtics. They want to put up 75 threes. They don't want to do nothing else. So if the threes ain't going in, then but if the threes is going in, lights out. Unless you're playing against another team that's a good 3-point shooting team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they can, bomb away with you. But if they're not, they're done. So it could be possibly the Cleveland Cavaliers going to the NBA Finals. Maybe they face the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Golden State Warriors, or maybe possibly a rematch between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. Because I know people did want that rematch, Jason Tatum versus Steph Curry, and maybe Steph Curry could go for his fifth ring. I'll watch that. I'll take that. I'm tired of the LeBron James narrative. But I do know for sure that since the NBA is moving to NBC, they're setting up that whole. They're setting it up for the Lakers versus the Celtics soon. If it ain't this season, you know, which is so obvious, it's going to be next season. That is what's happening now. They're setting it up next season. So either this season or next season, you're going to see the LA Lakers versus the Boston Celtics. Okay. And the thing of it is Kobe Bryant never got this much help. Kobe Bryant, David Stern moved on. They vetoed the Chris Paul trade. Uh, and but LeBron is over here in LA. He's able to do whatever the hell he want to do. LeBron is over here. He's able to get every player, his hands on every player that is a future Hall of Famer or All Star. He's able to play with them, but Kobe couldn't get one player. Kobe couldn't get one player. Kobe Bryant couldn't get one single player. Kobe Bryant could not get this much help. Just like LeBron has been able to get this much. Like, you think about it, man. LeBron who's next? He's gonna get Zion Williamson next. Is he gonna be in LA? Yeah. I love playing. I I would love to play with Zion. He, he and he's been one of my favorite players. Like, what? How far are they willing to go to help LeBron James succeed? You blew up the Dallas Mavericks, or the Dallas Mavericks organization is blown up. You got Luca over there. You had Anthony Davis. You had golly, everybody you could have. But remember they said Rob Pelinka was a terrible GM and he couldn't, uh, he didn't know what he needed to be doing. He didn't know what he was doing. He needed to be fired. You guys remember that? And so now it's like, and I was the whole time saying, well, Rob is doing everything that LeBron has wanted, but the Bron fans weren't satisfied. Like, what do you mean? Well, he wanted Westbrook, got him Westbrook. Wanted D'Angelo Russell, got him. Got him Darvin Ham, got him all the coaches, got him Frank for everything he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Got him Anthony Davis. He did all of this. Drafted his son Bronny, and yet the L.A. Lakers or Bron. I don't even want to say these are L.A. Lakers fans. The Bron fans don't know when enough is enough. The Pelicans also. That right there. The Lakers are getting ready to play the Pelicans. This right here, another team that I'm so disappointed. They had Dejounte Murray. He had a season-ending injury. So my hopes was up for them this season, and I can't even get too happy about them. My predictions for tonight's game, you already know LA is playing at home, so I'm sure they're gonna find some way to screw the uh the Pelicans tonight. Listen here, I think they screwed them the other day. Let me see if I can bring this up. Let's see if I can bring it. Uh let's see. Let's see if we can bring this up. Um I got a video here. I think the Lakers or the LA Clippers. They got screwed playing in LA. Let's look. I got a video somewhere in here. Let me see this uploaded. My library. Let me go to my library here. Let's look right here. Yep, I believe they're gonna get screwed tonight. I'm trying to wait for this video to upload, but while it's uploading, it was a goaltend and they overturned it. There's something else we can address. Let's look. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx also took to Twitter to defend LeBron James while my video was uploading, so I could share it. Let me see. I got that here also. Jamie Foxx. Let's bring this image up here. Um, all right, Jamie Foxx here. Where are you, baby? I couldn't add the image. It wouldn't let me do it. I know he took to Twitter to defend LeBron James in his recent rant. Um, yeah, he has a his recent rant. He's going off. Said Pelicans are ass. How are Pelicans ass? Help me out. Pelicans are ass anyway. Huh? How are the Pelicans ass? Please help me understand how the Pelicans are ass. Well, the Pelicans weren't set up to be ass, so I can tell you that much. They weren't set up to be ass. But they're gonna have to cheat tonight. I'm sure they're gonna shoot about 50 free throws, etc. You said we got Adam Silver doing everything in his power to shut down the Warriors by stacking teams up for LeBron. This is your king or whatever. You know what's crazy is I personally believe that it's gonna be the Golden State Warriors in the uh, Western Conference Finals against the LA Lakers. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Lewis Hood, there's more than 12 people on the live. I'm streaming to multiple platforms, and there's other people on the live too. So thank you. You're on here and glazing on LeBron James. You know what? The best way you can. Don't choke on it though. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely rigged, man. It is definitely rigged. I think that's what they're gonna do. Adam's gonna try to have the LeBron versus Steph. Because the ratings. Let's try to run it back. One more time or whatever. Either this season or next season. After the process of elimination, those are the only things I could come up with in conclusion that it's either going to be LeBron and Steph in the Western Conference Finals. Um, with this Luca trade. You sit there and infiltrated, infatuated. Oh, yeah, they are, man. Like I said, uh, we setting up people for the game. I was watching the Warriors. The Warriors are playing some hell of basketball, Sean, and like I was just telling them, the NBA is really not interested in the teams that play the best basketball. I'll give you a prime example. If that's the case, The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder are playing great basketball, right? But they're not promoting the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're not promoting the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know what they're promoting? ESPN and bronzexual media. That's what they're promoting. They're promoting, um, yeah, they're promoting the bronzexual agenda. They got all it is LeBron, LeBron, LeBron. How do because the direction they're going. I know a lot of people who say, well, they're not going to go to the finals, but you got to think about it. If Luka Doncic stays healthy and he just took Dallas to the finals, what do you think that they sent him to LA for? Not just to sell tickets. They got him in LA so they could try to get him to the NBA finals. Now, like I said, Kobe Bryant didn't get this much help at all. David Stern had moved on from Kobe Bryant after Kobe's game was so cold that he made you pay attention. But the NBA had moved on from. They robbed Kobe of several MVPs, and like I said, they rejected the trade for Chris Paul. But LeBron is able to get whatever he wants. LeBron James is able to get whatever the hell he wants in LA. And I brought this up because if you just do you do a Google, yeah, LeBron Center. I hate watching LeBron Center. With Shannon Sharp, it's hard to do it. But if you just you don't even need a computer. All you got to do is go to your phone and type in Hall of Fame players or All Star players that LeBron has played in. Hall of Fame players that LeBron has played with. Game is getting ready to start too, guys. Uh, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. How many Hall of Fame players has LeBron played with? And let's compare it to um, Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. I'm on fadeawayworld.net here. And so Tony Kukoc made the Hall of Fame, but he wouldn't have been in the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for MJ, right? Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan made Scottie Pippen. And you got Robert Parrish, who was damn near 40 years old when he played. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and he was coming off the bench in dump time. Now let's look at the Hall of Fame players that LeBron James has played with: Dwayne Wade, Ray Allen. I'm on fadeawayworld.net. Um, we got Kyrie, we got Chris Bosh, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love, Ben Wallace, right? Anthony Davis, and now Luka Doncic. And that's just not including some of the other players that he. And it's like, okay, we're looking at this situation here, and we're like, he's the only player that can do such a thing. LeBron's the only player that can do such a thing. No other player can do such a thing. Can play with this much, can have this much help. All right, Zion. Woo! Zion with the steal, slam dunk. But no other player had this much help in NBA history. I don't understand. They just gave up a dunk just that fast. I don't like what did LeBron do to Adam Silver to run the league and to fall? Because David Stern wouldn't have put up with this. David Stern would not have put up with this. He would have moved past. Lakers have more home games than I've ever seen. Oh yeah, they stay at home. But they got LeBron section was Kobe, Shaq, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he did play with Shaq. You're right about that. And this has been a theme. Uh Carmelo Anthony should be on this. Yeah, he's on this list. This should be a theme. When you really think about it from this perspective, around the trade deadline, every year, LeBron gets a new team. I've never seen that also. Where a player gets his whole team traded away and gets a new team every year. I never seen that. It was happening in Cleveland. It's happening in LA. You're not safe or secure if you're playing with LeBron. Like D'Angelo Russell. Well, Russell Westbrook got traded for D'Angelo Russell. Like it's the same old thing, man. And it has to be a lot of weird circumstances going on in the NBA for him to, win a title. Like circumstance number one, like we're talking about this Dallas Mavericks situation. The Dallas Mavericks the whole season is gone. And not only is their whole season gone, half of what their season could probably be next year is destroyed because let's just see, he's the chosen one. So ain't nobody else the chosen one. It's all him. He's the only person that's chosen. The man is 40. Luka can't shoot free throws to save his goddamn life. Uh, this year the Pelicans are 17-44. Last year they won 49 games. That's ridiculous. So you see what I'm saying? So they playing yeah. No one else is the chosen one. No one else is the chosen one. Only LeBron James. All right, Luka missed both them free throws. That's a kick ball. That's a kick ball. CJ McCullum. Oh my God. Yeah, no one else is the chosen one, man. So it's like I never seen this before. I feel like the NBA just, every time there's a problem, the only thing they can do is fix it by trying to match up the Boston Celtics and the Lakers. And they think that, but eventually their product's gonna fold because people are tired of it. All right, Zion with the bucket is 4-8. You want to know who chose him? Oh man, you ever heard of this conspiracy channel called Cosgrove? You ever? It's a conspiracy channel. It's called Cosgrove. You should check this channel out, man. I watched this video uh, on him passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the 40,000 points, and I think they were saying something like, oh yeah, you gotta check it out, man. I think what Kareem was 38 or something like that, or had 38,000 points or something like that, and LeBron was born 38 weeks after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored his 38,000 point, to be the all-time leading scorer. So yeah, you got to check this out, man. A lot of this stuff seems like, just I don't know, but I don't even think Michael Jordan. I don't even think Michael Jordan got this much help, man, in terms of like he was a global icon. But it was like, okay, they moved past him and passed it to Kobe when he went to Washington. Kobe was the man when they were in Washington. Kobe was the man. Who's the man right now? Who's the face of the league right now? Jason Tatum. Who is it? Now, if they do lose this season, all you're gonna hear is the Lakers didn't have enough help. That's what they're gonna say. Luca, and LeBron need more help. Zion missed the shot. 8-13. Like there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. Good steal. Good steal. Oh, Luca's down. Luca's down. And he's crying. Big cry baby. Luca's crying. You better watch out. They're gonna be calling all kind of fouls now. That's one thing about Luca though. I did not like when he was in Dallas. Luca cried so much to the refs, and he's crying right now. If you watching the game, But what I don't understand is why players they just don't attack Luca. Luca can't play defense. Oh, there you go, baby. Alley oop, alley oop. Oh, that's a foul. Why they don't attack Luca on offense to save his life? I mean, yeah, because he can't defend. Neither can LeBron. LeBron or Luca cannot defend. All right, all right, all right. Get back on D. Back on defense. All right, push the ball, baby. Let's go. Push the ball. All right. 13-13. McCollum with the three. Hey, Sean, why is it that they don't allow the full court press no more? Because LeBron don't get handled. So I want to know why they stopped the full court press. All right, Luca with a missed three. JJ Redick with the timeout. And I got some videos dropping tomorrow. I'm gonna drop on Kyrie Irving and the injury and how it affects the season. You know, that's what we was talking about earlier, man. How Dallas Mavericks just blew up their whole entire season. They destroyed it. They destroyed themselves for some seasons to come, man. Especially if Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. You got to find another point guard to put around him, man. So it's just crazy. Crazy, man. It's crazy work. Crazy work, man. Yeah. But man, I just came on here to report on the news, man, of Kyrie Irving being injured. Um, they got the news that, like I said, that Kyrie is going to be out for an extent. He tore his ACL and he's done for the season. So that changes everything for the Dallas Mavericks. So I just wanted to get on here and inform everybody and said that changed everything for the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving is done for the season. Uh, and they're I was listening to ESPN today. They're talking about possibly shutting down Anthony Davis for the season because of his growing injury, or more so since Kyrie is done. It's like, well, they were planning on pairing them together and see how that works out. Having Clay, Kyrie, and Luca on the. I'm sorry, Clay, Kyrie, and Anthony Davis on the floor. But now that Kyrie is tore his ACL, and Anthony Davis has this lingering um, growing injury that he had since he was in LA. Because it's hard to get rid of those. That they're thinking about getting rid of they're thinking about just shutting down the season and bringing these guys back next year, minus how long it takes Kyrie to recover, because Kyrie the process for rehabbing for um, a knee injury like that is could be very long. How a player responds, that player has to get his confidence back. So there's a lot to take into consideration when it comes down to that. You know what I mean? That's not going to be some type of overnight miraculous healing or something like that. So it's going to take time, and I don't think that Kyrie's going to be there to start of the season. Something like that, he may not come back to Christmas. And he has to probably take it slow or something. So and try, and then he's got to worry about not getting injured again. So you know the Lakers, the Dallas Mavericks lost the trade, absolutely. Um, and I guess for now, the Lakers won the trade, because they don't, they got Luca out there. And I don't know how long before Luca goes down, but he's out there. So lopsided trade, but anything to help the Lakers is what we see. So it's one of the lopsided trades ever. It's one of the lopsided trades ever. So it's like, yeah, their season is definitely over. I don't think they're going to even be in the play. I think they're going to fall out the play in. At this particular point, I've never seen a team self destruct like this ever in NBA history. Oh man, that's like, yeah, I've never seen a team. I'm not blaming Kyrie's Irving on injury on the management, but what I'm saying is the moves they made is like, okay, well, Kyrie Irving does have a history of some injuries, but maybe not like Anthony Davis. But you just didn't expect something like this to happen. You didn't expect Kyrie Irving, to tear his ACL and be out, and you know it did. So management has to be kicking themselves in the butt because now you don't have the product to put out to satisfy the fans, and so now you got a bunch of angry fans in Dallas that's frustrated, fuming mad and upset because they got to turn on the TV and look at Luka Doncic playing in LA while you know their organization is destroyed. That's what they got to watch. I would be one frustrated fan if that's what I had to look forward to seeing. I would be upset because, like I said, Luca just led you to an NBA Finals and a conference finals the year before, and you go, well, hey, I got an idea. Let's trade the player who got us there. Let's give him away. Let's give him away for a pack of hot dogs. Basically, is what they did. Let's give away Luka Doncic for a pack of hot dogs. I've never seen anything in NBA history like this. They gave him away for a pack of hot dogs and some blunts, and now you don't even have the product that you sold to the fans on winning the championship on the floor right now. I would boycott Luka Doncic with another three, but these are uncontested threes. Bad defense, but I would be boycotting the Dallas Maverick games if I'm a you know if I'm a Dallas Maverick fan. I'm boycotting. A lot of these threes that they're shooting uncontested, you got to get up on Luka. You got to get up on him. You can't just let him have an uncontested three. Okay, Luka with a step back three, 25-17. I'll live with that. As long as you contested it, I'll live with it. It's just a it's just a great shot. I'm gonna live with the contested three. At least they contested it. But the other three, he was wide open. 17-28. 3 minutes and 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Luka Doncic is getting off, saving LeBron James all over again. Saving LeBron James all over again is what we're watching. So, but like I said, this is what's going on in the NBA right now, man. NBA, Western Conference is wide open. And you only got a couple teams that got a chance of winning the championship. It's not the Mavs now. It's either Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets. It's not gonna happen. Golden State Warriors, Lakers, Denver Nuggets, and maybe Memphis. So really, the Golden State Warriors or the Lakers, because the Memphis Grizzlies or Houston Rockets aren't winning the championship. Tell you that much now. I can tell you that much now. The Denver, the not the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Houston Rockets, even though they're in even though the Houston Rockets are what the fourth seed, it's just not happening. They're not winning the championship. Could you imagine Adam Silver having the Houston Rockets and the Udoka in the NBA Finals? He would probably break the TV screen if that happened, because no one's gonna watch it if you're not a basketball fan. If you're a basketball fan, you're gonna watch it. If you are a LeBron James meat writer, then you're definitely not gonna watch it because you're gonna complain that LeBron isn't in the finals. And this is he. Uh, the LeBron fans complained about him not being there the last few seasons, and they whined and cried until he got help. So this is what it is, man. It's messed up out here. But tell me what you think. Comment section. I'm gonna get off and finish watching this game, and giving you guys some more content to chew on for the rest of the week. All right, peace.